Hey everybody, and welcome to REEF. This is Steve. In today's video, I'm going to start a playlist that's geared towards beginners in the saltwater aquarium hobby. And I thought about doing this for a few weeks now, and the reason being is because when we get involved in any hobby, we advance, or our jobs, or whatever we do in life. And then we tend to speak about that stuff at a higher level, a lot of times maybe forgetting about the beginners out there. So I want to step back because I've done a lot of videos on saltwater aquarium care, DIY. I've done a lot of different experiments with my aquariums, anywhere from canister filters to sumps to DIY sumps. I'm going to step it way back, and I want to start keeping the beginner in mind. I'm going to start from the basics. If you have any questions or ideas for videos, let me know in the comments below. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe so you're notified every time a new video comes out. Maybe a lot of you have seen saltwater videos and you think, oh man, I gotta add additives, I have to have salt made, I've gotta have live rock. What's live rock? What does that mean? I'm gonna cover that. Just like anything in life, you gotta start somewhere, and even the most professional person in the world in any hobby or passion has had to start somewhere. So don't let it overwhelm you. You're gonna make mistakes. That's why I'm making these videos, to try and help you out. When I started my saltwater aquarium hobby 10 years ago or something like that, I started with a 28-gallon cube. Within a year, I wanted to get larger saltwater fish, so I went to a 75-gallon. Maybe a year after that, I had grown to a 125-gallon aquarium, 6 feet long, and that's what I currently have now, and I've stayed with it. I would say a really good size to start with is a 28-gallon or a 40-gallon. I was at PetSmart, and I saw that Marineland, they've got glass aquariums that are 40 gallons, which is a great size. They had them for about $65. You're going to need a power head that sticks on the side of the glass to create waves in the aquarium. More details on why you need those later. It's going to help to churn up all the uneaten food and fish waste out of the sand, out of the rocks, up and out of your aquarium so it can be filtered, okay? And then you're going to need sand, you're going to need rock. You need to decide what you have room for. If you are going to be okay with selling the equipment, if you decide not to get into the aquarium hobby. I mean, if you want to start out with a 125-gallon aquarium, that's totally fine. All these methods will apply regardless of what size aquarium you start out with. I started with a 28-gallon because, for one, it's cheaper. For two, it was an all-in-one unit. It had the pumps and everything. It had the built-in lid with the LED lights, so it was good. I spent about $450 on that, and I think the stand was an extra $100. So about $600 I was ready to go. You could get a 40-gallon Marineland glass aquarium. 40-gallon is great. It's not a cube. It's more of a rectangle, and it's a lot of room. You could start out with like 4 clownfish. Keep in mind, just with anything in life, if you outgrow something, you're going to have to try and sell it. If you can't sell it, maybe you'll just give it away or throw it away, which is a waste of money. So think what might be best for you. Second, once you get the aquarium, and this is huge, and there's a video going over this in detail on why you don't want to add fish right away, and it's right up here. Watch that. Please watch that, because if you don't, your fish that you get are going to die. And the reason I say that is this. We get our aquarium, our first saltwater aquarium, and then we get excited. We put the sand in, we put the salt water in, and then the rock, and then it's empty. We want to be excited. We want to see those fish swim. You cannot put fish in the same day. You've got to wait at least 4 weeks, because if you don't, they're going to die, and here's why. This is the most important, one of the most important things in starting a saltwater aquarium. Here's what happens. When anything that's living eats, it goes to the bathroom. A saltwater aquarium, or any aquarium, is nothing more than a glamorous, nice-looking toilet. They're going to urinate. They're going to go number 2, and it's going to pollute their water. They will die because fish will start breathing in their urine, ammonia, it burns, it's toxic, and it keeps growing and multiplying. Your fish will die within a couple days of getting your new aquarium and throwing fish in there. Guaranteed, they will die. How do you prevent this? Live rock, bacteria. You need good bacteria in your aquarium, which is called beneficial bacteria, in your saltwater aquarium that goes after the ammonia and breaks it down. It's called the nitrogen cycle. So, ammonia out keeps gathering in your aquarium. Fish will suffocate, they will die within a couple days. It's amazing how high the toxic levels of ammonia get. I've tested it, it's bad. We're talking a day or so. Especially if you have a lot more fish in your aquarium. You always want to start with 1 or 2 small fish, and over time, maybe every few months, add another small fish and let it grow and grow. The bacteria, I mean. How do you get bacteria in your aquarium? This is called cycling your saltwater aquarium. You may have heard this. So what you do, you get your tank all set up, you put your salt water in, you put all the rock and everything, turn your power head on. This is a clean tank. Your tank is going to look awesome because it's brand new. It's got fresh salt water in it. Everything's going to look pristine and white. This is going to change, and this is normal. Over the next coming days, it's going to go through the ugly stage. You're going to get some green algae. You're going to get some brown algae because it's water. It's water, and this is what happens in murky waters, okay? You're putting lights on your tank. The lights feed the algae. It's going to grow that more. We're going to talk about lighting and everything later on, but right now we're just talking about day one, kind of. You come home with your tank. You're going to get your sand. It's recommended to put in a couple inches of sand, okay? If you don't have 2 inches from the bottom of the glass, buy some more sand. You can get it at the local pet store, the local REEF store. Then what you're going to do, we'll talk about this later, you can make your own salt water, or to start out with, just go to the local REEF store or pet store that makes salt water. Put all that salt water in. You might have to buy a couple of 5-gallon jugs, or, you know, what if you've got a 125-gallon tank? You're going to need a lot of those jugs and a lot of salt water made. You can also have a place come out to your house and fill your aquarium. I did it myself. I made my own sand. I bought bags of salt, not sand, and I mixed it with pure water. I got baby water from the store. They're 99 cents a gallon. I think I bought like 80 gallons over the course of a week. Once everything's in there, and say you've got your 2 inches of sand bed, 2 to 3 inches of sand bed, and you get your rock in there, I would recommend just using dry rock. Just get rock off the shelf from your local reef store, your local fish store. Dry rock doesn't have any organisms on it, no bacteria. You can buy live rock, but the problem with that is a lot of pests and parasites that'll kill your fish will come in on a live rock, because a lot of the water in pet stores is contaminated. You don't know what's in their water, so this is a deadly thing that's killed a lot of fish. This is why I make my own water at home, and this is why I quarantine everything. And I started my aquarium with dry rock, meaning it's rock on the shelf. You're going to go to the reef store or the pet store. You can say, I want some live rock. It's in their water. It's in their aquarium. It's got some algae on it. This is great to start the nitrogen cycle to breed the live bacteria that you need in your tank. That's a plus, but you risk bringing in bad things. So I would recommend starting with dry rock off the shelf. Get some pieces that you like. You can always add more, but get some rock. Get it in your tank. It's clean, it's dry. Now what you do to start the bacteria, the nitrogen cycle without fish, some people have used a fish. Well, it winds up killing the fish, but it urinates in the water with the toxic ammonia. The fish winds up dying, then it decays, then bacteria starts to form because of the death and the ammonia from the urine, and that's just evil, that's just wrong. So what I would suggest, and this is how I've done it and a lot of people have done it, you take a shrimp or two from the local butcher, dead, like you're going to throw on the barbecue. Throw it in your aquarium. Let it rot. bacteria is going to grow. Ammonia is going to grow. Ammonia is going to grow faster than the bacteria. But then after about a few weeks, the ammonia is going to spike and then suddenly drop. And at that point, that means there's enough good beneficial bacteria in your aquarium where you can put in a fish. Because the bacteria, the live bacteria, the beneficial bacteria, has started growing in your sand. It has started growing on your rock. Millions and millions of bacterial colonies are forming, and they feed off of ammonia. This is what you want. So now it's about time you can get 1 or 2 clownfish, I'd say, smaller fish. You know, put those guys in there after you quarantine. Other videos on that. But once you get that tank cycled and the bacteria overpowers the ammonia, then you can put fish in. This is your first step, and this is the first video for a saltwater aquarium. Any questions, please let me know in the comments, and other videos that you'd like to see. Let us know if you're new to the saltwater aquarium hobby, any questions you have, but that's what you want to do, is cycle your aquarium. How do you know when it's cycled? How do you know when the bacteria is overpowering the ammonia? The best way, there are water test kits you can buy, but the best thing you can get, and I'll put in the first comment below, is a company, Seachem. Some people say Seachem. They're great. They sell ammonia badges. It's a little suction cup with a little plastic badge about this big, and you suction cup it to the inside of your aquarium, so the color of the badge will change. When it's toxic, it'll be red, I believe. And then when it's clear and safe, it'll turn yellow. At that point, you know that the beneficial bacteria is overpowering the ammonia that's created from the decaying shrimp. Or you could put saltwater fish food in there too. Anything that's going to decay, you could put it in there. Don't overfeed the tank. Just put some pellet food in there. If you have a friend who's got a saltwater aquarium, have him give you a little bag of pellet food. Put like 10 pellets in there. It doesn't take much. It'll decay. This whole process takes about 4 weeks. Check your badge daily. Check it every week. Make sure that it goes yellow before you even think about putting a fish in there. And you don't want to put a ton of fish in there. Like, oh, I'm ready. I can put 8 fish in there. No, you can't, because the more fish you put in, the more ammonia you're going to introduce into your tank because of them going to the bathroom. You have to have enough beneficial bacteria to overpower all that extra ammonia. So you want to put in 1 fish at a time, maybe every few months or something like that. I know you're excited, but keep checking your ammonia badge. I still have an ammonia badge inside my aquarium, and that 125 gallon, it's fine. It's been set up and running for 8 years now. I don't have there's no chances of ammonia. There's way more bacteria in there taking care of that, but I just like to have it. So anyway, check that ammonia badge out. You can get it on Amazon. I've also got links to everything I use in my aquarium in the video description. I hope this video wasn't too long, but I wanted to give you guys details. I'm a teacher, a technical writer. I love to learn, and I like to give details as much as I can so nothing's missing. I want you guys to learn, and you're going to make mistakes. Anyway, that's it for now. That's one video in the first of the series, and I'll see you in the next one.